Chapter 387, Never Play with Fire. It starts with me and Lincoln walking up to his room when we noticed something unusual on the doors of each of the rooms. Me, hey? What's this? It was a piece of paper that had a new set of rules on it laminated and taped to the doors. I take the piece of paper off and read it. Me, reading. Ground rules for pageants, concerts, competitions, and performances. 1. Every sibling and friend has the right to refuse an invitation to any other sibling or friend's event, for whatever reason. 2. If you are concerned that someone is blowing you off, you can bring the matter up at the next sibling meeting, or bring it up to mom and dad. 3. Under no circumstances can a sibling be denied an invitation on the grounds of being bad luck. 4. No matter what happens, you will never be kicked out of the family. These rules are perfect. Lincoln. They sure are. Now I feel like I can have some free time. I knock on Lynn's door. Lynn, come in. We go in. Me, hey Lynn. Lynn, hey big bro and little bro. Me, we found these rules on the doors. Are they brand new? Lynn, yes they are. We just put them up after the sibling meeting yesterday. Me, you don't say. I was out on a mission for Lady Hokage and stopping terrorists over in Nigeria, so I missed it. Lincoln, and I was over at Clyde's that day. Lynn, that's okay brothers. Lincoln, what brought this on? Lynn, you remember that nightmare I had that was a vision of the future? Me, nods, him. Lincoln, you told us about it and realized that your superstitions were stupid. Lynn, yes. I was having thoughts about that, and in the next sibling meeting I invented these rules to make sure that never happens. Me, well these rules are perfect, so it's good you all came up with them. Lincoln, it sure is. I put the rules back on the door and we went into Lincoln's room, and just as we were about to play some video games, Lana came upstairs and knocked on our doors. Lana, guys. Something terrible is going on in Gotham, you got to come see this. In the swimming pool, Maria was in the pool swimming and Kevin and Nez were there too. Kevin was looking at Maria and Nez was getting jealous. Nez, Kevin, I'm your girlfriend, remember? Kevin, oh yeah. Sorry Nez. Nez, that's all right. Lana came into the pool. Lana, Maria, we got big trouble in Gotham. Maria, uh-oh. We rushed down to the living room. We saw on the television that most of Gotham City was on fire. Oh man. Gotham is burning. Aline, what in the world is causing this? Lola, I think he's doing it. Look. We saw a figure flying around firing lasers, and they're setting some stores on fire and explosions were blowing them all apart into fiery rubble. Lainey, whoa. That is a true fire bug. Me, that's no ordinary fire bug, Lainey. That is Garfield Lynn's aka Firefly. Lola, who is Firefly? Rachel, I remember him. Garfield was the pyrotechnics and special effects master for pop star singer Cassidy. Cassidy is his ex-girlfriend, and when she rejected him he was consumed with pyromania and became Firefly to get revenge. Me, so he's a frustrated former pyrotechnics master turned into a homicidal pyromegalomaniacal murderer. Lisa, that's the appropriate term to describe him. Lily, he should never play with fire. He will get burned. Me, I agree, and only fire can stop him. Aline, Sam, Paige, Lola, Lincoln, Ian, Yuko, Star, May, Tara, Spider-Man, Alexis, Maria, you all come with me. Let's go squash a fire bug. We set out for Gotham. In a factory, Firefly had Cassidy in a factory and he was gonna explain his plan. Cassidy, we can work this out. We can find a way. We bursted into the factory. Me, Garfield Lynn's, I presume? Firefly, that's right JD. I'm glad you all know who I am. Because I'm gonna be the last person you see before I waste all of you. Batgirl, I see you've gotten some upgrades, including heat lasers and a new jetpack. Firefly, what can I say? The new upgrades make me cooler and I'm glad you all came. Before you fight, I want you all to see what I'm gonna do. Yuko, what are you gonna do? Firefly, I'm glad you asked Yuko Tani. Firefly took a test tube filled with something and he put it on a block of ice. Firefly, I developed this gel that will burn through anything. Strikes a match, even ice. The gel was lit on fire and it had a powerful reaction. It burned through the ice and it shattered and burned through the table and burned through the concrete. Lola, that is some crazy stuff. Me, wow. That is lethal and powerful stuff. He pulled a lever and it activated a crane that lifted a tank filled with thousands of gallons of the gel. Ian, that tank is full of that stuff. Firefly, it is. Cassidy, what are you gonna do? Firefly, pour the gel down into the sewers of Gotham. After it's spread throughout the city, I'll ignite it with a fire bomb. And while Gotham goes up in flames we all will disappear like a puff of smoke. We gasp at what he was gonna do. Aline, you're insane. Lola, that will destroy the entire city. Me, that plan will be the Great Chicago Fire of 1891 amplified 100-fold. Firefly, that's right. Cassidy, you can't. Firefly, of course I can. Ben, then let's see how you handle an alien of fire. Ben became Heat Blast. Ben, Heat Blast. Me, a Pyro Knight from the planet Pyros. Heat Blast, that's right JD. I teleport and kick Firefly in the face and snap my fingers and the area became a volcano planet. Lola, wow. Cassidy was free when the area changed. Cassidy, where are we? Yuko, it's a volcano planet. Aline, it sure is. Lincoln, what is this planet? Me, this is the planet Shishalden. It's a planet in the unknown zone. May, what's the unknown zone? Me, it's an area of the universe that we haven't seen or explored yet. About 90% of the entire universe and the endless web of galaxies have been left unseen and unexplored. Star, that's amazing. I never knew that there was so much to be explored. Batman, that is interesting. Spider-Man, but if it's called the unknown zone, how do you know it? Me, I guess you can say that when I got my powers, all the secrets of the entire universe were given to me. Lincoln, that is so cool. Planet Shishalden is a volcano planet located in the unknown zone. It is named after Shishalden Volcano in Alaska. It is home to a 30,000-foot caldera with a lake that's 900 miles wide. This caldera is also on an island that's more than half the size of the continental United States in an ocean of lava. The lava lake has jagged rocks and mountains, and bats, birds, and creatures made of pure fire dominate the caldera, making it extremely treacherous. A truly terrifying and virtually inhospitable world. Firefly got up and he was shocked at where we were. Firefly, what is this place? May, a planet perfect for you. Me, let's waste this monster. We flew at him and Firefly fired a heat laser and Maria fired a stream of water. Firefly, cute trick, babe. Maria, angry no one but William calls me babe. And why did you attack those buildings? Firefly, to draw you guys out, of course. Maria, disgusted you used them for bait? Firefly, come in. Give a guy a break. I do what I do. You do what you do. Fires heat lasers at her again. Lola fired streams of fire and the blasts collided and exploded with incredible power. Kaboom! Fire rained down and Sam fired a blast of fire and Firefly pulled out a sword and it had a blade of pure fire. He slashed at it and deflected the fire. Tara threw a big slab of rock at Firefly and he flew away from it. Firefly, to Tara, you know, cutie. The only crime committed here is that you and I haven't been on a date. Tara, sorry. I'm taken. Hurls rocks at him before Spy Day uses webs to throw him towards Batman. Batman punched and kicked him in the face and stomach and punched him towards a rock. He got up and Heat Blast was standing by him. Heat Blast, you know what, Lens? I heard you were a scumbag before. But ever since you got those upgrades, you've become a cocky jerk who likes to flirt with other women. Firefly, at least I don't rely on a watch to fight, kid. Heat Blast, you know my current alien form? It's pure fire. Unlike you. Shoots fireballs. Lens deflected them. Lincoln, let's see how you handle lightning. Lincoln fired a blast of lightning and it electrocuted him and numbed him. Paige, I guess his suit is not lightning proof. May, let's see if it's ice proof. May shot a cold blast from her cold gun at Firefly. May then rode an icy trail while hitting Lens with ice blasts from her gun. After reaching the top, May jumped and used her gun to form a large icicle before using it to slam Firefly onto the floor. May smirks. I hope you liked that chilly reception. Lola, nice shot May. Star, that was awesome. Me, that joke is good too. Spider-Man, you might say that this bug has been extinguished. Sam, you said it's spy day. Me, let's take his weapons and see if they can be of some use. We did so. Sam was given his fire sword and fire gun. He was stripped of his equipment and arrested. He was imprisoned in the Moon Prison's Triple Supermax section for eternity. Back on Earth we saved Cassidy and with she has her whole life to rebuild. Lana, it's good that Garfield Lens is in prison forever. Rachel, yet. He gives pyrotechnics everywhere a really bad name. Very, I agree. Sam, same here. But we stopped him and made sure that he never burns anything ever again. Wouldn't you agree, Lady Pele? When Pele talks to us through that mark on her forehead it flickers orange. Pele, I agree Sam. No one should ever use fire for their own selfish purpose. Me, true to that Lady Pele. Star, you'll get no argument from me. Hercules, you said it guys. That man had some serious screws loose and he makes even the most prolific serial arsonists look like tame kittens compared to him. Zoe, I agree bro. He needed to be stopped otherwise he was gonna become the next John Leonard or Lincoln, who was he? Laney, I know him. He was a former arson investigator turned pyromaniac and serial arsonist and was considered the 20th century's most prolific serial arsonist of all time. It was back in the 1980s to early 1990s. Lori, how do you know this Laney? Laney, I read about him in a book. Be right back. Laney went into her room and came back with a crime book called Fire Lover by Joseph Wambaugh. Laney, here it is. Luna, Fire Lover. That sounds like an interesting book. Laney, yes. It's about the case of John Leonard Orr. Me, I saw that on one of my favorite crime documentaries. Laney, that's right. This book actually gives us a definitive look in total detail about the psychological profile of a pyromaniac and a serial arsonist. Lori, that's literally interesting. Laney, it is. It says that the fire becomes a lover, a mistress in the eyes of a pyromaniac. They are seduced by the power of fire and its destructive capability. Sam, that's a good way to describe it Lanes. Lincoln, it sure is. Paige, yet. Laney, but there are two major differences with John Leonard Orr and Garfield Lens. Carol, and what are those Laney? Laney, John Leonard Orr set over 2,000 fires from 1984 to 1991 all over Southern California with a delayed incendiary device, killing 4 people. Garfield Lens destroyed 10 buildings with a suit of fire gadgets and bombs and was about to destroy all of Gotham and kill thousands with a Great Chicago Fire-type Inferno. Anna, that is a very prominent difference. Laney, yet. Lisa, what was the incendiary device that John Leonard Orr was using at the exact time of his arson spree? Me, from what I remember it was a lit cigarette with 3 matches wrapped around a piece of notebook paper. He would place it in places that would be flammable and get away to document it. Laney, that's right. Lucy, that is very clever. Lily, it sure is. Luan, and Garfield Lens was gonna destroy all of Gotham? That's awful. Me, yet. He was gonna destroy all of Gotham in one fell swoop. This would have killed thousands of people had we not stopped him. Maria, it's hard to imagine that he was gonna destroy the entire city in a raging inferno. Lola, yet. Sam, how would you rank him on the scale of evil? Lanes? Laney, I would rank him at level 22 on the scale of evil. But because he's insane and has pyromania, I would rank Garfield Lens at level 13 for inadequate and rageful psychopaths. Linka, that's a good assumption. Me, to the viewers, remember this kids, never play with fire or you're gonna get burned. The end. Another fanfiction complete. I got the idea for this when me and Nico-chan 11 were working on the Zombozo chapter. Thanks for the lines, man. Firefly was the most incredibly disturbed villains I've ever seen. I saw him on the Batman episode Torch Song and he was considered one of the villains that are too hot to handle. I got the idea for the Planets of the Unknown Zone from the books I wrote at home. I saw the case of John Leonard Orr on Forensic Files on HLN at home and that's one of my favorite shows. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time.